So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my top 3 areas to treat when it comes to knee issues. Now, to be honest, knee issues are secondary to something else going on either at the ankle or the hip, so typically you want to assess those first. But if it's at the knee itself, the knee proper, then I would check out number 1, the quad tendon, number 2, the patellar tendon or the ligament, and number 3, I would get the distal IT band, which is right in through here. So let's break it down. So in order to get the quad tendon, what I want to do is make sure that the dock and roll is at a level that I feel comfortable with. I typically would like to set it at the level that I'll be treating. So what you want to do is you'll face the dock and roll itself. This is my treatment leg. I'm going to go on my tiptoe. So I start right above where my knee cap is. So right above that kneecap to about right here. That's the portion that you want to treat. So right above the kneecap to right about there. So I'll place that area against the dock and roll. I add some pressure. What I can do is I can cross my leg over just like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push with this leg back against the handle, and I'll push this leg, the treatment side, forward. So that twisting motion adds some pressure on the dock and roll itself. So what I'm going to do is I'll go on my tiptoes. So I start closer towards my kneecap, right above it where that tendon is. I'll add some pressure, and then all I'll do is just drop down onto my heel. So again, I'll show you again. Add some pressure, so I'm twisting first, making sure that the dock is pressing right on that quad tendon, and then I'll drop down nice, slow, and controlled. Now what you can do, you can actually tack it down and hold that position and then just pivot your foot so you're on the balls of your toes. What you can do, you can pivot inward or you can pivot outward. Pivot inward and pivot outward. So instead of going up and down on the tendon, you're going left and right on the tendon itself. Now make sure that you're still doing that twisting action to add more pressure on that quad tendon. The next part that you're going to go on is the patella tendon itself. That patella tendon is right below the kneecap to right where this bump is on the front part of your knee. So that's the treatment area right in through there. So again, make sure the dock and roll is at a level that you feel comfortable with when you're leaning into it just like that. So again, I'm going to start off like that. That patella tendon will be right on the dock and roll. I'll use my hand to help stabilize at the dock and roll. So I'll use this hand to stabilize. I'll add pressure right on top. And then I'll just kind of go from the bottom part of my kneecap to right above that bump on the front part of my knee. So it's a small motion that you're treating from right below that kneecap to right above where that bump of the knee is. And that's where that tendon attaches to. So we're going right there to right here. Now again, I can lean into it a little bit more to get the outer portion of that tendon, or I can dip down this direction. So now I'm going left and right versus up and down, just like what we did with the quad tendon. Also, I can straighten out my knee a little bit and then go up and down on the dock and roll, and then bend my knees slightly, do the exact same thing. Bend my knee even more, go up towards the bottom part of my kneecap, going all the way down towards the bump on my knee, and then bending my knee even more from there. So you can change up the angles when you do the patella tendon. After you do that, you want to get that distal IT band, which is right above where that knee bends. That's the treatment area, to about right there. So just a third going up into your thigh. So this is a great level because I'm going to go right on that level of the IT band. I'll first stabilize the dock by stepping on one of the bases. And then what I'll do is I'll actually lean the treatment side, this is the treatment side, against the dock just like that. From there, I'm going to go on my tiptoes. So I'm starting a little bit closer towards where my knee bends. From there, I'm just going to drop down onto my heels, adding pressure by distributing my weight a little bit more towards this direction. So I'll go up on my toes again, lean into it, and drop down. I'll do that one more time, add some pressure, then drop all the way down. Now if you want to, you can also bend your knee and go through the same motions. So I'll put my hand here because I feel a little bit more stable. I'll bend my knee slightly, go up a little bit, and drop it down. I'll go up again on my tiptoe and drop down onto my heels. And there you go, treating that IT band using the dock and roll. So there you have it all together though. The 3 areas I would treat when it comes to knee issues. Number 1, it would be the quad tendon. Number 2 would be the patella tendon. Number 3 would be the distal IT band. But make sure you clear out either the top half at the hip or the ankle itself, because typically that's where knee issues come from. Thanks a lot for joining me.